I grind all day. This paper, what I'm trying to chase. All I want is money. I can see this shit from miles away. I'm in my...
Alright, so we are just pulling up, getting ready to go do this meeting thing. I'm not sure if it's court or if it's a meeting. What it says verbatim is, blah, blah, blah. The meeting will be held at 1 p.m. City of Clearwater and council chambers. So I don't know if it's a judicial council or if it's a city council or what, but either way, let's go do this. Alright, so finishing up with court. That was disappointing, mostly in the way this system works, as anybody should feel. No option for community service. Friggin' no total fine to pay. It was supposed to be $158, but in conclusion, I was told, how about I send you a notification of the amount that you're supposed to pay and when you need to pay it. Okay, great. What's the number on that? I was told, however, that if a police officer had pulled me over, like cops are supposed to do, instead of it being monitored by a private company, it would have been $256, which is the same as saying, I only broke one of your legs. You should be thankful I didn't break both of them. All right, cool. Anyway, so I'm going to put in my appeal for that. That's going to go to court because I'm not cool with people trying to steal money. If it wasn't about money and it was about being a better citizen, they'd have a community service option. If they don't, it just shows it's about money. And even then, the fact they couldn't give me a total, heck, dude, if it comes back as $25, I'm still going to be upset, and we're still going to put in that appeal. So that's what's going to be happening over the next 30 days for that. Listen, I asked about, so it's the court's job to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you were the one driving the vehicle. Outstanding, it's wonderful. There's no pictures of my face, there's no camera angles from the front, none of that stuff. So they did not prove to me beyond a reasonable doubt. I said, hey, is there any way that y'all can take pictures of that? Whoa, road closed. End the beer off real quick. I said, is there any way that y'all could take pictures of that or get a camera angle from the front by chance just to make sure that I am the one driving? And they said, well, there's an affidavit that you're supposed to fill out if somebody else is driving. Okay, cool. Well, it's not my job to narc on somebody. It's your job to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I was the one driving. So they couldn't do that. They didn't have an answer for me. Like I say, we'll take it to court. We'll see how it goes. And that's it. That's the noon update. I'll see you this afternoon for a super fun talk, and we'll get the day done. Don't trust government for anything. Hide money in the walls. Don't trust banks, cryptocurrency, other things. Sorry, I'm just going off on a rant here. All right, we'll talk to you this evening. Boy, okay. Awesome. Okay. So, end of day recap. Friggin' had my, I don't know what the hell it was, had this huge catastrophe in a meeting room. Is at a city hall, not a courtroom. They couldn't prove my guilt. They couldn't tell me what my fine was. They couldn't tell me when I was going to be notified of how much my fine was, and they couldn't tell me when I had to pay it by. Gonna go through the appeal process. Again, it might be a red light violation, but that'll transition to what we're talking about later. And it might not be a big deal, but in the state of Florida, it's not a moving violation. It doesn't go on your record. So, who cares? I'm just gonna keep on going. Like, let's just take this as far as it can go. And if I have to pay any money at the end of it, I'm gonna get whatever money I have to spend. I will get more than that in ball busting out of my system. Okay, I did get a text message from the call that I missed out on the other day. I got a message from her again, so I don't know if she's starting to fall off the fence towards my side a little bit. It sure sounded like it, even though it was a text message, the tone, the words. So we'll see how that one goes. Fingers crossed on that one. I'd like to be able to land that one and just have it confirmed either for the beginning of next month or finishing up at the end of this month. Deadpool project. Boy, oh boy. That thing has been a real pain in my tuchus. I've been working on that for a little bit. What I want to talk about at the end of the day. Update. That can of dip I got yesterday. 72 hours might have been a little bit enthusiastic. Either way, I'm gonna make it work. Is freedom.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
And what is freedom? Is it financial freedom? Is it social freedom? Is it freedom from technology? Is it being able to put your phone down and not have anybody bother you? I mean, are you free? Well, I would argue that most people would say no. You either, I was free to not show up today. Whatever happened after that, I would have been free to accept that as well. Again, that damn AC. I might bail out of the garbage garage. It just so happens I've been ending my days in here. So, are you stuck in indentured servitude? Are you stuck in a cubicle all day long, just in your own little prison cell every single day? Again, I don't know if that's what you're into, but I don't know if that's a good way to live. It might be if that's what works for you, if you like being in your little room, doing whatever it is you do. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it. I applaud anybody who works in corporate America. I can't do the PC stuff. It blows my mind. Two-time college dropout though, so let me tell you. So I want you to think if you're free or not, and if you're not free, what's keeping you indentured? What's keeping you stuck where you're at? Why are you not a free person? In my case, I'm anti-government. I'm one step away from complete and total anarchy. So we'll see how it goes. But you know what? I'll tell you the story real quick. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. It's the end of the day. We've got our meeting tomorrow with Anchor Quality. We'll get that done. So if you want to stick tuned, I'll tell you what happened at the court without having the audio right in front of me. And if you want to leave, see ya, good night, have a wonderful time. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, so I get in there. They said, the court hearings will start here in a little bit. And I said, well, I didn't know this was court. I thought this was meeting because on the form that they sent me, it says, hey, we have a meeting at 1 o'clock. All right, cool. Lady comes in. She says, hey, before we start, we talk about a few of the things that people normally use as their defense as to why they shouldn't pay. And she went on this big spiel of stuff. Again, a lot of things. And it was talking about, it was like, hey, first and foremost, we have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're guilty. Cool, track it. That makes sense. Everybody should. Especially if they're going to try and take money from you or put you in prison. Then if anybody was to say, hey, how do you know the equipment wasn't faulty? Well, unless we have somebody on our defense saying, hey, the equipment was faulty at the time, it's a no-go. All right, cool. Tracking on all that stuff. Your job to prove I'm guilty, my job to prove that your stuff's messed up. Cool. So she goes, hey, if anybody wants to pay their fine and not go forward with their, whatever they're hearing, I'll waive all administrative fees and we can go on about our day. If you just need time to pay, just let me know, we'll work something out. All right, cool. So, no, like 80% go up there. They get their stuff scheduled up. And so I raise my hand. I say, hey, good afternoon. I feel like there's some communication breakdown, and I've just got a few questions. Maybe we can get this squashed. Do I need to wait, or can we handle this right now? And she goes, oh, okay, if you wouldn't mind waiting. Oh, all right, cool, very well. Anyway, they call my name. Go up and say, hey, listen, look, I'm not going to lie. $158, I missed the light by 0.5 of a second on my dad. Right, so $158 for 0.5 of a second. That's a little steep by anybody's measure. So, I was talking about value and price. This is a little bit. And then I had asked about, just for my own
knowledge, I said, is there any way you could get a picture of me from the front of the vehicle, just to prove that I was driving, and say that it was me? And she started going on this, oh, well, there's an affidavit you can fill out if there's somebody else driving the vehicle. You can put their name, their license number, all that other jazz. Okay, so to me, she said, no, we can't get a picture of you from the front. All right, cool. We go back to the thing. Say, hey, can I do community service? Big fan of that, especially in any sort of court system. Dude, you give of little when you give of your possessions, but it's when you give of yourself that you truly give. I think people's time is much more valuable than anything you can take from them. You can always go out and make more money. You can't make more time. That's it. It's a finite amount. So I always ask for community service. I like giving back to the community. Hey, pay my reparations that way. No community service. Okay, so you are just after my money. Didn't say that. Okay. She was saying, I don't have the power to decrease this fine any. Oh, okay, great. So you don't want to work financially with me either. I says, all right, well, I got a few things going on. I'm going to be in and out of town. I said, listen, if we can do it for December, I know I'll be back in town consistently. Let's do it then. Send me a bill. I'll pay the fine. And if you can do that, we'll work on it that way. And she goes, well, how about I just send you a notice of what you owe and when you owe it. Okay. No. That's stupid. If you're going to charge somebody, if you go to court, they don't just say, oh, go home, we'll come get you when it's time to go to jail, and we'll let you know how long you're going to be there when you get there. No. It's like, hey, if I arrest this dude, he's going to jail for 60 days. Whatever. Great. That absolutely blows my mind. And that's a city government. That is so stupid. No one in their right mind would ever accept that. Hey, we're just going to tell you how much money you owe us, and then we'll tell you when to pay it. If not, whatever. But the defense was, as far as the price goes, she said, if you had got pulled over by a cop, it would have been $258 as opposed to $158. So she's saving me $100. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. That's like saying, again, my analogy is, hey, I broke one of your legs, I know, but if he had done it, he'd have broke both your legs. So you should be thanking me. Like, no, you still broke my legs, stupid. Look, dude. Anyway, appeal process is going through. I'm going to take it to court. I'm probably going to start a stupid lawsuit over this, in all honesty. Just police office here in Clearwater doesn't even monitor the red light cameras. So it's a private company that monitors them. The terms of service as to what needs to be reported on when they send stuff up, that's not public knowledge. It's not available. I've tried finding it, and I can find anybody anywhere at any time. Couldn't find it. So I don't know their terms of service. I don't know what gets sent up for review. The reviewing officer wasn't there. It was nowhere close to a judicial hearing at all. It was absolutely stupid, and I intend on... There's no expectation versus reality. The reality of this is I'm going to be a complete asshole, and I'm going to hammer this one out. So, alright, take care. Don't trust your government. They're probably stupid. Just worry about yourself. Mind your own business. And if anybody tries to take your money, don't give it to them, and make them really work for it. Take care. Good night. Talk to y'all tomorrow. And I guess I'll do updates on the appeal process too, so we can see how stupid everything gets. Alright. Night, guys.